Well, after some technical difficulties, hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat because it says it's working and I want to make sure that it's working. So if you can hear me, just say, hey, I hear you. And that would do me a big favor. But I feel like I already started this. So welcome to the live Q&A. So this is about the instant Rockstar scale. David, thank you so much. I'm glad you could be here, dude. I'm going to answer your questions about my new course that's launching on Monday. This next week is going to be launch week. So it's going to be available for you to purchase it Monday through Saturday of next week. And it is called the Instant Rockstar Scale Mini Course. Now, I got the idea for this course from one of my friends. I was visiting my hometown, which I just moved back to, but one of my friends was like, hey, you should come back here. We need some lead guitar players. I'm just not a lead guitar player. And that got me thinking. I was like, I've been teaching for years, and I know that anybody can be a lead guitar player, whether they're just starting out playing guitar, or if they've been playing guitar for a long time. So a lot of guitar players will get to just playing chords and strumming songs and just doing almost the same thing like all the time, where they're playing the same songs, they're strumming the same chords. And I thought, what would be the easiest way to get somebody who wants to be a lead guitar player, who wants to be able to solo, who wants to be able to do that kind of stuff, and get them playing lead and having fun and doing it as quickly as possible. And so that's where the idea for this course came. Now, the Instant Rockstar Scale, I've done videos about it before. It's a super easy, super simple scale. But in this course, I'm going to dive a lot deeper with it. And I'm going to hold your hand, and we're going to walk from zero lead skills, zero soloing ability, to being able to play a solo or lead in any key for any style of music, all over the fretboard too. I mean, that's the cool thing about it, is this is really a simple 5-note pattern, and it's not your traditional minor pentatonic box scales. It's not the major scale. It's even simpler than those, and you can use it across the whole fretboard. And the only thing that you have to know is you have to know what note you're starting on. That's it. So you don't have to know a bunch of music theory. You don't have to go through the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale. You don't have to go through the 7, 3-note per string major scale shapes, all that different stuff, the different modes. All you have to know is a simple 5-note pattern that I'm going to show you inside the course, and what note you're starting from. That's it. And I can get you playing lead and doing it really, really quickly. So everything is going to be in there. It's a lot of fun. So if you have questions about the course or what's in the course or anything like that, anything to do with this, go ahead and ask in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep talking about it because I'm excited about it. I meant to have this done and launched last October. And so I've been working on it ever since then. It just took longer than I expected to get this first course done. But it's going to be a lot of fun, because the cool thing is rather than just diving into, okay, this is your major scale and you play this pattern, and then for the second mode of that, we're going to do our Dorian scale. And for Dorian, you're going to play this. And you have to go through all these different patterns, right? We're just going to dive into the most simple, most basic thing and get you up and playing and soloing and having fun with it right away. And it's just going to be so much faster. Actually, this scale is the one of the 2 things that my dad ever showed me, because I grew up in a musical family. And when I started out learning guitar on my own, I was teaching myself. And I taught myself for like 10 years, and I played through the high school jazz band and stuff like that. But my dad showed me 2 things. He showed me Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, which I've done a video on, great song. And then he also showed me the scale. And this scale was the basis of my lead playing for years. And I still use it all the time, except I've learned a lot more about it since then, as I've been teaching it to other people and looking at it from different angles. And so in the course, I'm going to go through exactly what my dad showed me, but a little bit more in depth, because I have a lot more insight into it now. Then I'm going to show you a second version of the scale that I learned later that's really handy. Then I'm going to show you how we can use, really, it's the same scale, and we can use it for major keys. We can use it for minor keys. You can use it to jam with people. You can use it to write your own songs. You can use it to learn stuff by ear. I've been having students, when they're learning a new song, figuring stuff out by ear, and they use this scale as a really handy framework because this is a 5-note pattern, and most melodies are no more than 5 notes. And so this is actually really easy to use as a framework when you're trying to figure out a lead part or a melody part or something like that, that you can use this scale and be able to figure that out by ear because it gives you a framework to work with. So that's another really fun thing about this. So yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. So the cart for the course is going to open on Monday at about 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And with that, it's going to stay open all next week. So you're going to have a chance to get it all next week. But here's the cool thing. 2 things are going to happen after next week with the course. This week, I'm offering a really special exclusive bonus that's going to go away after this week. And that is, if you get the course this week, which is the first week of August that we're going to be launching, there is going to be a bonus of 4 live Q&A calls. And then you can get on those calls. You can, after having been through the course, you can ask your questions. You can ask for more details. We can go through stuff. I'm going to answer all your questions. We're going to do 4 of these sessions. And that is only included with the course this week. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to get some extra bonus help apart from having the course, but you want some extra hand-holding, some extra guidance with it, then these live Q&A calls that are going to be only included this week if you buy the course this week. Then after that, it goes away. Those calls are going to be handy for that. So if you get the course this week, you get access to those 4 live Q&A calls. We're going to do that on Zoom. And then they're going to be recorded too. So let's say you can make one of them, but there's a schedule conflict for another one. I'm going to record the calls. You're going to upload them into your account so that they're in the course for you. And so you'll always have access to those. It's not like a one-time, if you're not there, you miss out kind of thing. Is you have access to the calls, you're going to have access to the calls. And then the other thing that is going to happen after this week is the price of the course is going to go up because we're going to include the recordings of those Q&A calls. But if you want access to be on those Q&A calls, get your questions answered live, get some FaceTime with me, then that is going to be only available this week during the launch. And so that's the only way to get it, is to get it this week. So I will be opening the course Monday morning, 10 o'clock my time. It'll be available to purchase then, and that cart will be open, so you'll have all of next week. Now, there are 2 versions of the course, though. There's the basic version, which is your base course, where we're going through the actual scale. We're going through how to play it, how to use it in different keys. I'm going to show you how to use it starting on your 6th string and starting on your 5th string. And so that's going to make life a lot easier, too, because then you're going to have all the stuff that you need to be able to play the scale. You're going to be able to play it across the entire fretboard. We're going to put it all together and make sure that you've got everything that you need. And then on top of that, you're going to have extra homework stuff. Like I provide all the backing tracks that I use in the videos, give you the full versions that you can download. You can use those. You can practice with them. I've got PDFs for you to use to map out across the fretboard where the scale is in different keys. And so I'm going to make sure in the course that you're doing all the stuff that you need to do to make sure that you learn the scale, that you can use the scale, and then provide you with the backing track so that you can practice actually doing it, so that when it comes time to playing with other people or writing your own music in your recording or something like that, you can use the scale and you can use it to improvise or to create a solo or do whatever it is that you want to do. So lots of fun stuff going on in the course. Now, if you do have questions, again, I'm just going to remind you, just ask them down in the chat. And we'll keep this going for a few more minutes and see if anybody has any questions. And then we're going to call it a day, because after the technical difficulties, I feel burned out. I feel like it drained my battery. I'm kind of dead right now. So, could just sing songs. I could do that. Anyway, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the course to launch. Last chance, though. Oh, David asked, what is the guitar that I'm playing? This is a Teton. You can see the logo right there. This is owned by Chesbro Music, which I used to have a dealership for, and I would sell guitars to students all the time. And it's actually really good. It's this spruce top. This is Ovenkol, or however you say the wood back and sides. They are really nice guitars for the money. I know that we got one for my dad for his birthday or Christmas one year, and these Teton guitars, for the money, they're great. They're seriously, for like $600, you're getting what you'd pay $1,500 for a Martin or a Taylor. They're really good guitars. And so I've got a couple of them. I've got two electrics and one acoustic. Two acoustics, one electric, and a ukulele done by Teton. So they're good. I recommend them. So I like them a lot. I've had a lot of students use them over the years. I don't know, David, are you in the U.S. or are you somewhere else? We had Rick from Australia earlier, so I don't remember where everybody is, but I'm pretty sure that they do international stuff if you're outside. You're in the U.S., okay. So, yeah, if you find most music shops across the country, you can find someone who has a dealership with Chesbro. If you look for Teton, they have come out with some new stuff. Like, I don't think that they make any of the models that I have anymore, but I've played some of their newer things, and they're coming out with cool stuff. They've even got ones with the bevel on the side so that your arm doesn't get sore from the edge of the guitar digging into your arm, right? So, yeah, they're good guitars. So check those out. I highly recommend them, especially for how good they are, for how cheap they are. It's kind of like on Amazon. All my students lately are buying these guitars that are, I call them EART. I don't know how to say it right. It's EART, and they're electric guitars, but they can get a Strat copy for under $200. And when it comes, it's amazing. It's a pretty well-made guitar, but it has stainless steel frets, and the frets are like finished and polished and super nice, like nicer than my $2,000 Telecaster. And it's under $200, and it's a great guitar. I've compared it to my own Strat stuff and to my Telecaster, and they're really good guitars. I think that guitars are getting to the point where they don't, you have all these little no-name brands that are actually making really high-quality stuff. So cool stuff to check out. Any other questions? Or questions about music or guitar or about the Instant Rockstar Scale course that's coming out or anything like that? Otherwise, this is last call right here. Last call. Will it be better to use acoustic or electric for the course? I play both in the course, so it'll work for either one. Electric, I think, is easier. But whichever one you are comfortable on is going to work. There's video examples of me in the course playing it on my electric, just because I tend to play electric a lot more, but I do play it on my acoustic as well too. The cool thing about this scale, you can use it for any key, major or minor. You can use it for any style of music. I used it all through jazz band in high school, but I'm a rock guy. I play mainly rock and alternative. I've played a lot of blues. I've filled in for country stuff, and this scale gets used for all of it. So you can use it. It doesn't matter what style you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're playing acoustic or electric. Whichever one you're going to prefer playing it on is going to be the easiest for you. So that's how it goes. I use it on both. Hey, Rick, welcome from Australia. Glad you could get back with us. What questions have you got, Rick, about the Instant Rockstar Scale or music or guitar or anything? David was asking me about what guitar I'm playing, which is a Teton. I'll just take my capo off. They're nice guitars. But this is going to be, I'm excited for the course, guys. I've been working on this for a long time. And so I hope that it's going to help you out. And if you've been, kind of like I was for a long time, I was really hesitant to play lead because it's easy to get stuck playing chords and playing strum patterns and focusing on doing that. But I remember the first day, it was my first day of jazz band in high school. I had passed the audition, but I played everything in the audition wrong except for one scale. I had to play the B flat blues scale, and I knew that. But my first day in jazz band, they were like, okay, we're going to play this, and it's 12-bar blues thing, and everybody's going to take a turn soloing, and I had no idea what to do. It was terrible. I think for my whole solo, I played 2 notes. I think it was that. It was the worst solo, totally bombed it. But then I started using the scale, and it made everything so much easier. And then I worked on it. And, by my senior year, I got the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award. And that was largely in part because of being able to use the scale, being able to use it in any key, being able to use it for any style. If we were playing like a bossa nova, or we were playing blues, or we were playing, old school jazz stuff, or more rock. We had some jazz rock stuff that was more like Chicago. We played like Peter Gunn and some fun stuff like that. Lots of bluesy things. So good stuff. But the course is going to be a lot of fun. So quick recap on the course. It is going to be open on Monday, and you're going to have Monday through Saturday to get it, and to get it at the price that it's going to be at for this week, and with the bonus live Q&As. So what's going to happen is this first week that the course is open, you can get it, and you're also going to get access to 4 live Q&A calls where I'm going to give you some time. We're going to do these Q&A calls in September so that you can get through the course, which a few weeks is generous. It's actually a pretty quick course. You could get through it in an evening if you wanted to. If you had nothing else going on, you could do it in a couple days. But the course is designed to just get you results. And then for the Q&A calls, we're going to go in a little bit deeper and answer any questions that you have from the course. There are 2 versions of the course, too. There's a base version, which is just the primary, this is the meat and bones of what you need to know. And then there's a VIP course that has a couple extra bonus master classes that go a little bit deeper and get a little bit more complicated, but they're a lot more fun. And I think that they with the students that I've worked with it on, they have really helped them a lot. And that it actually kind of makes everything on the fretboard disappear. So you're not worried about patterns, right? So a lot of people, when they start out, they're doing these box patterns for the minor pentatonic stuff, or they're doing your 3-note per string major scales or cage scales or whatever. And one of the things that we're going to do in the bonus masterclass in the VIP version is going to make all of that disappear. So you're not thinking, what scale pattern am I playing? Am I in position 1 or am I in position 3? Whatever it is, right? Excuse me. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So with that, you're going to get all the videos of the course, which I think there's like 16 videos that you go through. And you're going to get the backing tracks to go with it. You're going to get tab exercises to go with it. You're going to get a PDF worksheet that you can map out on the fretboard where it is, what you need to do. And then you're going to get access to those calls too. But here's the cool thing about this. This whole thing's risk-free for you. I'm taking on all the risk because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked. So if you get into the course and you're like, hey, this isn't working for me or whatever, you don't like my shirt or my hair or whatever in the course, you just send me an email and say, hey, whatever, I'll send you your money back right away. No questions asked, no hard feelings. But that way you have no risk when, going into this going, is this going to be worth it? And honestly, I think it is, but I'm biased. But if you have any hesitation about that, there is a money back guarantee on it. You got 30 days to try it out, do everything in the course, have fun with it. And then it's going to be fun. Like seriously, this is, as I've been working with students, I've had students come in who know their scales, who know the pentatonic scales, who know the diatonic scales, who can play Oh, David, you're so nice, dude. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you've learned so much. Um, and when I've had these students come in that know a bunch of scales already, and then I show them this scale, they're blown away by how much simpler it is, how much easier it is. So now this is where I start with students, is I get them playing some rhythm stuff and doing some songs. But when it comes to starting with lead, it's so much easier to start with the instant Rockstar scale because they can get musical right away. They can have a ton of fun with it right away, and you can use it all over. And it's so simple. It's really only 5 notes. And I'm going to show you how those 5 notes repeat across the entire fretboard and put it all together across the entire fretboard for you. Um, and then get you doing it in all sorts of different keys too. It's all built into the course. So everything that you're going to need to be able to be playing lead and to start feeling confident about your lead playing is right there. So if you're tired of just playing rhythm, just strumming chords, you want to be able to play lead, this is going to be the easiest, most fun way to just get started and be having fun right off the bat with it. So it's going to launch on Monday. I'm going to wrap it up here right now, but the course opens Monday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is my local time. And it'll be open. I'll send out some emails if you're on the mailing list. There'll be a few emails through next week talking about some stuff. But remember, the price is going to go up after this week, and you won't have access to doing the live Q&A calls with us in September when we actually do those. So those are the two big bonuses that are going to be included this week as well. So I hope if you guys don't have any questions, if you do, put it down in the chat really quick. But I hope that this is going to help you out. I really do, because it's helped out a lot of my students already. It helped me out. It's still something I refer to all the time. And one last thing, I forgot to even mention this. When you get the course, I've already got some other master classes expanding on the stuff in the course. If you get the course, you're going to have access when I add more to the course. So that's one of the cool things too. I've got like 3 more master classes, and I'm like, oh, I could do another master class on that. And that's just going to be added to the course. So the course will expand as you guys are, as you have the course, you'll get new access to new master classes as it goes too. So that'll be a lot of fun. So, that looks like Lauren. Hey, Lauren, glad you could be here. But this is going to be fun, guys. So stay in touch. I keep an eye on your email inboxes if you're on the mailing list. If you've gotten the top 10 things to learn on guitar first, then you'll be getting emails from me next week as the cart opens on Monday. And then on Saturday, it'll close and you'll lose access to the live Q&A calls and to the price that it's going to be at for launch week. So, but thank you so much for being here, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope that I answered your questions. If you have more, just leave them down in the comments on the recording of this, and I will catch you guys actually tomorrow. There's a new video coming out tomorrow, so I will see you guys tomorrow for that. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will see you later.